Hello, Wob Nation. Week 2 is in the books. We have someone 2-0 who shouldn't be 2-0, someone 0-2 who shouldn't be 0-2, and a bunch of scrubs and injuries in between. Before we get to talking about Week 3, let's get through the Week 2 awards. Starting out this week, the Mankind. One person got more bloody than anybody else. They fell through a ladder. They broke their arm. New John destroyed by Kenny by 54.1 points. You should just take Sacco, shove it down your throat because you ain't doing anything this season. Next up is Psycho Sid, for who got the least points this week. And no surprise, the master of injuries, the former league winner, but always fair as heart, Cruiser, 76.7 points. Disappointing performance, and probably how it's going to be most weeks moving forward. Third award this week for the worst sit, the revolting blob, Dylan. You started Deshaun Watson over Russell Wilson. Poor move, poor sit, and quite revolting. Next up, the Brooklyn Brawler, only 2 weeks in, no one yet. The Owen Hart Memorial Award. It was over 4 it even started, you died 4 it even began. And that goes to those who got 0 or negative points on players. Brian, Alshon, Jeffrey, Cruiser, David Njoku, and Matt Prater. Ben, Drew Brees out 6 weeks, negative 5 points before he went out, and OJ Howard, 0. Now, back by popular demand, for the team whose defense, or kicker, got them the most points for the week. Hello, ladies. It's Val Venus Award, and that goes to Ben Pats D, 35 points. Yeah, that's just upsetting. And quite frankly, Ben, it's the closest you're going to see to anything good for your team the rest of the year, I think. Next up, WrestleMania 3, who battled it out, came down to the end, closest point total for the win, and that is Brian over Dylan. 1 point, came down late Monday night. If Nick Chubb had just gotten one more catch, then it would have all been over, but sadly, Baker Mayfield decides that the sidelines are a better target than his running back. Most surprising win this week, the David Arquette goes to Ben, winning despite Brees getting injured, negative points, OJ Howard getting 0 points, and Pats D as your highest scorer. I don't think you won as much as Jason just sucks. Following up, the John Cena single point winner. Most points this week goes to me for Patrick Mahomes with 41.6 points. The one bright spot on my team that's carrying everybody else while they're deciding if they want to wake up for the year, if they want to just, keep riding the bench. No one gets the Undertaker this week. Only, again, 2 weeks, not 4. And finally, the Andre the Giant. Congratulations, you and last week's winner, Brian, are number 1 and 2 in the standings, most points. And this week, it goes to Kenny, 148.9 points. Congratulations. We now have 3 people this league so far who have made some of their money back. So now let's get to projections for next week. First up, the Toilet Bowl. And it should come as no surprise to anybody. These 2 teams are in the Toilet Bowl. It seems they're in the Toilet Bowl every single week, every single year, except for one odd occasion, which I think is a fluke, and I don't know, maybe it was affirmative actions or something. I don't know. Anyway, Toilet Bowl this week is going to be Ciroc versus Jason. Next up, we have the game of the week, and it was a hard pick because, quite frankly, there's no good games, because even this one's probably going to be a blowout. But they're both 2-0 teams, so I'm going to go with Kenny versus Ben. That's the game of the week for week 3. And finally, the upset special. Now, I usually don't do this. I usually don't pick the same team 2 weeks in a row. But Dylan, you actually have the 3rd most points scored out of any team despite being 0-2. You're this year's Brian. So I'm going to go with Dylan over New John. For the 2nd week in a row, picking Dylan. Don't make me feel bad about this, dude. You're new to the league. You're 0-2. And I picked you twice for upsets. So, be good, man. All right. That's all for this week. I will see you all on the waiver wire.